Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Velanique. In this space, what I do is I test makeup and makeup techniques for mature skin. I am 51 years old and I am always on the hunt for makeup that works really well for this phase of my life. In today's video, I am going to be testing a new take on an older foundation. It is the foundation called Luminous Silk from Armani Beauty. It has just recently been reformulated, and that is actually what I have on my face at the moment. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy watching and you are looking for something new to try, why don't we have a look and see together how this foundation works on mature skin. So without any further chit chat, let's get into the video. Alright, let's get cracking. So I originally went through to Edgar's to Armani Beauty to go and see if I could find the liquid eyeshadow. I was hunting for the shade, I think it's Cashew, it's everywhere on my feed at the moment. I'm so easily influenced, but they didn't have it in stock, so I ended up walking away with a really lovely like shimmery brown, which is actually on my eyes at the moment, and I've really enjoyed wearing it. But while I was there looking at the eyeshadows, the consultant asked me if I would like to have a look at the Luminous Silk Foundation, and I tried it about 2 years ago and I wasn't actually all that blown away. I found that for the price of what the product was, it didn't really suit my skin type. I found that it settled in my fine lines and I wasn't all that interested. So he said to me actually that the Armani Luminous Silk has been reformulated, so they've got a new formula. So I said, well, then give me a little sample. So that's what they did. They gave me a little sample and they gave me the shade 5.5. So that's what we're going to be trying on my skin today. So let's just read a little bit about the foundation quickly. First of all, it is a luxury item. This one retails for 1,250 Rand. It is available to us at certain Edgar's stores. I went to Edgar's Santon and they've got a lovely Armani Beauty stand there and lovely makeup consultants there. Alright, let's have a look and see what it says. Luminous Silk Foundation is a silky, lightweight foundation that instantly blurs and smooths skin, delivering medium buildable coverage, 24-hour wear and hydration, and a natural glow finish. Now with 18 new shades to service a wider range of skin intensities and undertones, including olive skin tones. The same iconic silky texture and natural glow finish is non-comedogenic, newly enhanced with niacinamide and clinically proven to even skin tone, refine texture and boost luminosity after 14 days. Once applied, after dry down, shade remains true to skin all day and is transfer resistant. Dermatologists tested to be safe for all skin types, including sensitive and acne-prone skin. And if I have a look at how to apply, it says that it should be applied with a dampened beauty sponge. So that's what I'm going to do today. So let's give it a go and see how we go. So I have prepped my skin already. My skin is a combination skin. I have got a oily T-panel, not as oily as what it used to be, but anyways, oily T-panel, and then my cheeks are a little bit drier than what the rest of the skin is. I am one of those souls who just really loves a primer, so I always prime my skin. But for our test today, I've only primed half of my face, and this is my current favorite at the moment, is Huda Beauty's Easy Blue. I love this one. Right. My base of my skin, other than my primer, is I have obviously washed and toned my skin. I have got my hyaluronic acid, vitamin C serum, as well as my moisturizer and my sunscreen on, which is pretty much what I wear every single day. Right, I'm going to shake my little sample and let's get cracking. I'm going to pop it straight onto my skin. Let's go the side with no primer. Gosh, right off the bat, that is very silky. It actually almost feels like moisturizer. Let's blend it in. Side by side, very light coverage. My skin looks incredible. And actually it doesn't look like, let me just double check in the mirror, but it looks like it's actually covered the pores, which is quite astounding actually. But let's pop it on the other side and see what the full face looks like. is with my first layer on, and I will say the skin looks incredible. I think this shade might be a tad too dark for me, but other than that, I think my skin looks amazing. It's a very, very light coverage, so I'm going to see if I can build it up a little bit. As you could see, I put 2 layers on and then a tiny little bit more just over the spot on my chin that seems to be taking forever to leave. My skin looks beautiful, absolutely stunning. I am very impressed with how quickly and easy it is to blend this foundation. It's quite effortless actually. I have taken the foundation and I have popped it down into my neck just to color blend nicely there. I did actually just do a review on the Estee Lauder new double wear, and the results of that wear test was amazing. I'll actually just link it for you if you are keen to have a look at that. But what I was most impressed is where I put it on my neck, there was absolutely no creasing of that particular product. So I'd like to have a look and see if the Armani Silk does the same thing. But my skin looks beautiful. It looks very, very luminous, which I'm a little bit weary of with my phase of life. I just find sometimes when my skin is very luminous, or it seems to emphasize the texture of my skin, but this has definitely blurred out quite a bit of the texture. In fact, pretty much all of the texture around my pores looks quite amazing actually, and yeah, around my mouth too looks pretty good, pretty decent actually. Gosh, it looks really, really beautiful. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this dry down as it recommends that you do, and then I'm going to go and finish the rest of my complexion makeup, and then let's have a look and see what this looks like in natural light. Right, here we are in natural light. Foundation looks absolutely stunning. I did have a little bit of a mishap over here when I popped a little bit of the bronzer on. It did disturb the foundation a little bit, so top tip, maybe wait for the foundation to dry completely before putting on other cream products. But other than that, let's have a quick squiz that side. Foundation looks beautiful. I'm still a little bit wary about the shade. I don't know, maybe if I should maybe try a shade lighter, but gosh, my skin looks amazing. Right, it is now 9:30 in the morning, so I'm going to give this about an 8-9 hour test, and then I will catch up with you a little later. Time for our end of day check-in. It is now 8:15 in the evening. I've had this foundation on for I think now just over 10 hours, about 10.5 hours. It's been a very, very busy day, and this is like my first moment that I've had to be able to sit down and have a look and see what my foundation is doing. I did ask my husband and my daughter when they got in this evening after work, and I just said, you know, what do you think my skin looks like today? And Ian's so funny, he was like, wow, it's just very, very shiny. And Ashlyn, my middle daughter, said the same thing. She says, yeah, I thought your face looked very shiny. It looks like you've been sweating, Mom, which I didn't think was the very best thing to say to me. But anyways, yeah. So this is my face at the end of the day. Let's zoom in and let's have a look and see what my skin is doing. Well, for the most part, I'll say the foundation has stayed where I have put it. It is still on my forehead, which is very nice to see. Product has not settled into any of the lines on my forehead, I should say. The product has disappeared around my nose, which is quite interesting actually. So there's not much left on the tip of my nose. And on the sides of my nose as well, not so much left there. My cheeks, product is still sitting there, looks fine. Nothing has collected in my folds at all. Product has worn a little bit over the blemish on my chin because that's popped through now, and I can see just a little bit of my skin, and around my mouth I can see that the foundation has worn off around my mouth. But for the most part, the foundation is pretty much still there. Let me see if I can just lean back a little bit. Product has collected in the lines on my neck. So not completely flawless. Okay, so my final thoughts on the foundation. I don't think, for me personally, I'm going to race out and go and buy myself the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I think that I got a better wear test result with the Estee Lauder New Double Wear. I preferred what my skin looked like at the end of the day using the Estee Lauder foundation to what it looks like now. For me personally, I find that a very luminous foundation kind of draws a lot of attention to my skin, but not in the best sense. For me, if I look in the mirror, I can see at the end of the day that my pores look quite pronounced, and the texture on my forehead is quite pronounced as well. I also don't want to look like I've had a very sweaty day. Today in Johannesburg it was very overcast. We had a very overcast day today. I think our temperature got to about a high of about 26 degrees Celsius. So not a hot day at all. I can't imagine what this foundation would look like on a very, very hot day or in a very humid climate. I think for winter this foundation would be lovely. I think if you have a very dry skin, I think you will love this foundation. But for me, I just think my skin looks a little bit oily. I don't think I actually like what my skin looks like. Maybe I change my mind in the winter. I think I'll keep my little sample and see if it holds out until winter time, and then I'll try it again. But for now, I'm going to say this is not one that I'm going to go and purchase. It works well for a mature skin. It just depends what your preference is and what you like your skin to look like. If you love a glowy skin, then I would say you will absolutely love this foundation. Well, that is it from me for this evening. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, won't you consider subscribing? It would be so awesome to have you as part of our community, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.